Good morning everyone. Welcome to UPSC preparation day 6. Today we are going to study about the Constituent Assembly, Money Bill and Finance Bill, powers of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So let's begin with the Constituent Assembly. The drafting of the Constitution was done by an assembly of elected representatives called the Constituent Assembly. Elections to Constituent Assembly were held in July 1946 and first meeting was held in December 1946. Constituent Assembly that wrote Indian Constitution had 299 members. Assembly adopted Constitution on 26 November 1949, but it came into effect on 26 January 1950. To mark this day, we celebrate January 26 as Republic Day. So we have to remember two dates, that is 26 November 1949 on which the Constitution was adopted and 26 January 1950 on which it came into effect. And to mark that day, we celebrate 26 January as Republic Day. Rajendra Prasad was the President of Constituent Assembly. Jaipal Singh was the President of Adivasi Mahasabha. H.C. Mukherjee was the Vice Chairman of the Constituent Assembly, later the Governor of India as well. G. Durgabai Deshmukh was the founder of Andhra Mahila Sabha. The Constituent Assembly worked in a systematic and open and consensual manner. First, some basic principles were laid down and agreed upon. Then a drafting committee, which was chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, prepared a draft constitution for discussion. So the drafting committee was chaired by B.R. Ambedkar. This is a point that has to be remembered. Several rounds of thorough discussion took place on draft constitution clause by clause. More than 2,000 amendments were made. The members deliberated for 114 days spread over 3 years. Every document presented and every word spoken in Constituent Assembly was recorded and preserved. These are called Constituent Assembly debates. When printed, these debates were 12 bulky volumes. Shama Prasad Mukherjee, the founder of Bharatiya Janasangh and also an active member of the Hindu Mahasabha, he became the Minister for Industry and Supply in the interim government. The drafting committee of the Indian Constitution was formed on August 29, 1947. It was tasked with preparing the draft of the Constitution for India. Now we are going to study about some articles and the right that it guarantees. Article 29 guarantees the fundamental right to the protection of life and personal liberty. Article 19 grants citizens the right to freely express their thoughts, opinion and ideas. Article 15 states that state shall not discriminate against any citizen on the grounds of race, religion, caste or sex. Article 16 allows for reservation in public employment for certain classes, including scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, EWS. Next, we are going to study about Money Bill and Finance Bill and the difference between Money Bill and Finance Bill. So we have to remember that all money bills are financial bills, but not all financial bills are money bills. So all money bills are financial bills, but not all financial bills are money bills. Money bill does not require approval from Rajya Sabha. Finance bill requires approval from both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha cannot recommend any amendments on money bill. Rajya Sabha can recommend amendments, but they are not binding. Money bill, if not passed within 14 days, it is deemed to have passed. Finance bills, if not passed within 75 days, it lapses but can be reintroduced. Both requires the assent of the President. Example of money bill: appropriation bill, bills related to salary and allowances of government officials. Example of finance bill: union budget, amendment to tax laws, etc. Money bill presented by any member of Lok Sabha. Finance bill presented by the finance minister. Amendments to money bill can only be proposed by finance minister. Amendments to finance bill can be introduced by any member during the legislative process. Constitution Day is celebrated on 26 November every year to promote constituent values among citizens. So Republic Day is 26th of January. It marks the day on which Constitution came into effect, and Constitution Day is celebrated on 26th of November, the day on which the Constitution was adopted. Powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In the following matters, powers of both houses are equal to each other. So we are going to study about some of the concerns or matters in which both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha have equal powers. So what are those matters? First one, for introduction and passage of constitutional amendment bills and ordinary bills. Both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha have equal power. For election and impeachment of the President, again both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha have equal power. For election or removal of Vice President, however, Rajya Sabha has sole power to initiate the process of removal of Vice President. Making recommendation to the President for removal of Chief Justice of India and judges of Supreme Court and High Court, Election Commission, Comptroller and Auditor General. Approval of ordinances issued by the President approving proclamations for all three types of emergencies, for introduction and passage of finance bills which involve expenditure from the Constituted Fund of India. So these are the concerns in which both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha have equal powers. Now we are going to study about the difference between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha can be dissolved after the expiry of a term. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house, cannot be dissolved. So Lok Sabha can be dissolved, but Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved. A resolution for discontinuation of national emergency can be passed only in the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha has no power with regard to discontinuation of national emergency. So whenever national emergency has to be discontinued, that amendment has to be passed in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha has no power in relation to discontinuation of national emergency. No confidence motion can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha is not permitted to introduce no confidence motion against Council of Ministers. Maximum strength of Lok Sabha 552 members, maximum strength of Rajya Sabha 250 members. So thank you so much everyone. Today we are going to stop here. See you tomorrow with a new session. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.